but I'm not getting back to that. She never did explain her flip-flops, and of course, the fake moderators never pressed her. However, from this, we can assume that she is still the same extremist she's been her entire life on social issues. Beyond supporting unrestricted abortion in all 50 states, Harris is for paid sex surgeries for migrants, legalization of hard drugs, and of course, you bet, boys and girls sports, girls and boys sports, yeah. It's all highly unpopular with working class Americans of all backgrounds. But she does not care. And this is where the regime would let Vice President Harris have her fun. That's the bargain she made. If she agreed to be their figurehead on foreign policy, immigration, economic policy, they'd let her play undisturbed in the social issues sandbox. Again, what the voters actually prefer, that's totally irrelevant. So the angle take is that any post-debate celebration over in Kamala's camp, it's premature. Remember
what's going on, love bugs?
Over the moon they got when Tim Walz was selected as her VP? Well, he became his own meme. And they, of course, were giddy, positively giddy about the DNC. But the headlines last week? Where's the bounce? There was no bounce. And now, once again, they're doing the Snoopy dance after her debate performance. But still, Harris has a very heavy lift here. And unless she can convince enough voters that abortion up through the third trimester trumps gas prices, lower incomes, and the migrant explosion, all these issues people care about, just so every woman in Alabama can get an abortion up until the third trimester, she still faces major, major election headwinds. And that's the angle. All right, a point that to me seemed pretty obvious. If Harris supposedly ran away with the debate, why is her camp so eager for another one? Why not just drop the mic, hit the trail, and cruise to election night? Well, the truth is, despite the public display of enthusiasm, they know she did not stick the landing. She needed to.
Well, you know, when you don't win, it's like a fighter. When a fighter has a bad fight, gets knocked out, or loses the fight, the first thing he says is, we want a rematch. So, we won the debate according to every poll, every single poll. I think that, are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. We'll think about it.
Joining us now, RNC co-chair Laura Trump. Laura, good to see you. What about this idea of another debate? I know Fox would love to host a debate. Brett Martha, I think it would be, everyone would watch, that's for sure. But it seems that he's mulling it, not sure.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump, of course, had already agreed to a Fox News debate. It was last week on September 4th. Kamala Harris didn't want to agree to that. I wonder why, Laura. Look, I think he's very open. I think the American people deserve to see these two people and hear their ideas. And unfortunately, as you just laid out last night, we really didn't get that. What is this service that ABC News did to the country? They had an opportunity here to really get to know Kamala Harris, really hear about all of her radical ideas. Donald Trump is the only one, by the way, who talked about that. But on the other side, to give him an opportunity to say things. And, of course, it was 3-on-1. He was on defense the whole time, having to fight them all off. But I think what last night showed us, Laura, if it wasn't already crystal clear to everybody out there, is that Donald Trump is not just running against a candidate. He's running against an entire system. This was a continuation last night of the Hollywood production that the Democrat Party has truly become. And Kamala Harris is one of their best actors. You said it. You give her a line, man, she will memorize it for 4 years. They gave her the line to say, if anybody asks about how's Joe Biden doing, is he up to the task? She would deliver that line and lie directly to the American people. They have cranked this machine up to high speed. And last night you saw her in quite a performance alongside her fellow thespians of David Muir and Lindsay Davis. But the problem they're having, you just said it, is that the American people were not convinced by anything Kamala Harris said that she is the right fit. They're having a hard time convincing people that she is going to change anything for them based on the bad economy we have right now, the open border that she's been in charge of, the wars that have broken out under her watch. She didn't say a single thing that convinced anybody in this country that they deserve to, that she deserves their vote, and they're having a big problem with that right now.
To that point that you just raised, I find it fascinating to actually listen to real people. So I'll shut up and let's listen to what an undecided voter said after watching the debate last night.
It's important to remember that we are voting for the leader of our country and not who we like the most or who we want in our wedding party, but who is actually going to make our country better. And we're in an incredibly unique situation where we've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office.
Devastating, Laura, and that census data that just came out yesterday, I wish it had gotten mentioned at the debate last night, but, I mean, Americans were richer. Back in December of 2019, before the pandemic, the growth under Biden is dwarfed by the growth of first 3 years under Trump. 7 times the growth in wages. That in and of itself that's the mic drop almost.
Yeah, and people have to remember, you are hiring someone for a job. The people in Washington, D.C., Laura, actually work for us, for we the people. And Donald Trump himself, I think, said in that Sean Hannity town hall last week, look, you don't really even have to like me, but you have to vote for me because I'm good for this country. I'll be good for you and your family. I'll put more money in your pocket. I'll keep our country safe. I'll secure our southern border. What that woman said there in that soundbite, I think, is the way a lot of Americans feel. You don't need to go hang out with Donald Trump, although a lot of people would like to do that. I can tell you he's a great time. But you do have to look at his policies and truly reflect on how your life was when he was in office.
I think it's results versus rehearsed lines. That's maybe an Emmy Award for that performance. I don't know. That might be the best way to go. Laura,
well, they think she needs another crack at it, so maybe not yet. They're
all right.
Second one.
All right, Laura, great to see you. Coming up, the lies she told since the moderators just didn't want to do a fact check on Kamala last night. Let's have some fun. We'll do it. That's next.
Jenny Craig is celebrating 1 year of making weight loss more convenient than ever with free home delivery and easy online ordering. A simple dietitian-designed plan with all breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks delivered every 2 weeks. Plus the new Jenny Craig app for ordering and tracking your progress. Lose up to 24 pounds in just 8 weeks. I've lost 50 pounds with Jenny Craig. Hurry! Use promo code CAKE and get $100 off every shipment as our limited time anniversary gift to you. Order now.
We're excited to do business with you, but before we sign, I gotta ask.
Sure, anything.
We searched you online, and maybe you can explain this?
Can't believe that garbage is still coming in. That is so false.
Frustrated with your online search results? Call Reputation Defender today to join tens of thousands who improve their online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 1-877-866-8555.
It's a great place to find affordable luxury for less. There's beautiful linen sheets, there's gorgeous curtains, whatever your style is. The quality for what you get is really substantial, and that's one of the reasons that I've been drawn to this brand.
Get $20 off your first purchase at quince.com.
For gentle, dependable constipation relief, try Seneca. It works differently than other laxatives because it's made from the senna plant, a natural vegetable laxative ingredient. Gentle, dependable Seneca. Also available in delicious gummies.
You got better things to do than clean out clogged gutters. Call Leaf Filter today and never clean out clogged gutters again.
Leaf Filter's technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed.
Hey, Dad.
Leaf Filter today. Or visit leaffilter.com.
Didn't you know fountain drinks over at Maverick up to 44 ounces at 89 cents with the app?
And Qunol has the #1 doctor recommended form of
Okay, I just wanted to let you know.
the brand I trust.
That's the cheapest soda if you wanted to get a Coke or Pepsi. I mean, if it's up to you. I could let you borrow my Maverick card.
You still do.
I go to Maverick, I said.
I know. I heard you.
Life insurance
Like
is
you're on the
too
Walmart.
important to put off another day. That's why Select Quote makes the
True.
coverage you need easy. Now get up to a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage.
Visit SelectQuote.com now.
My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day. For 3 weeks. I said, "Your pain is fine." She said, "She let it help." I said, "No, you understand."
You feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Call or go online now for our 3-week quick start.
Pick up the phone now and call 800-836-0181 to make our top crime report to a president. President Trump will make America safe again. Let me urgently need your support. 800-836-0181 to make our top crime report to a president. Trump in America. You refuse today. Do not wait. Call 800-836-0181.
Find Splendor Products is a mission helping millions of people reduce sugar from their diets. Now try a sweet drink run by U.S. Farmers. Introducing zero-calorie Splenda Stevia. At Splenda Stevia Farms, our partners are such. Experience how great Splenda Stevia can be. Grown on our farm. Enjoy it in your chair. Check that out, dude.
All right, now it's time to do what the fake debate moderators refuse to do, and that's call out Kamala Harris's on the falsehoods. Of course, they fact-checked Trump 5 times over to 0 for Kamala. So here are Harvard File's biggest lies. First, Kamala's favorite smear. Watch.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Fact, Trump had nothing to do with Project 2025, and what you heard last night was Trump's plan to make America safer and more prosperous. His ideas. Second, Kamala's phony defense of what are your constitutional rights.
This business about taking everyone's guns away. Jim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Well, who's lying? Kamala in 2019 pledged to enact a mandatory gun buyback program, and just last month called for a ban on assault weapons. Third, Kamala knowingly took Trump completely out of context.
Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
Fact, Trump was referring to the auto industry that will, in fact, face a bloodbath if Kamala enacts her radical climate agenda. Fourth, Kamala steals Biden's favorite talking point.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
Wait, do we really need to go over this again? First of all, when she says tiki torches, the whole thing kind of collapses for me. This may be the most debunked lie in all of politics, but she stuck with it. In fact, Trump specifically condemned these groups that she's talking about. I covered it at the time, in real time, here on Fox. It's all on tape. It's been there for, 7 years now. And finally, perhaps Kamala's biggest lie.
The President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
Oh, forget the 9/11 thing. The anniversary is today. This adds a layer of disgusting cruelty to this lie. Is she supposed to be the compassionate one? Of course. It's just another political statement and a false one at that. Joining me now, Ben Domenech, editor-at-large of The Spectator, and Ari Fleischer, the former White House press secretary, both Fox News contributor. Ben, let's start with you. I know there's another lie you wanted to call out.
Yeah, so I wanted to call out a lie that isn't just from Kamala, but it's from Lindsay Davis, one of the moderators who was working alongside
a running mate. She was really the running mate.
Her support animal who was there. One of these things that I think is just so disgusting when it comes to the abortion issue. I want people to understand it, and I say this as a pro-lifer. There have been some pro-lifers who've been disappointed in things that Donald Trump has said during this cycle, but I think that what you saw last night was a reminder of how radical this abortion ticket we've ever seen in the history of of politics. And the fact that Lindsey Davis would come to Kamala's support to make the claim that no one is having these late-term abortions, it's not actually happening.
In Minnesota.
You know, and Donald Trump, to his credit, was saying, wait, the 7th, 8th, 9th month. In fact, in Minnesota, the state that obviously Tim Walz governs, when he became governor, he reversed a policy that was actually passed into law under a Democrat governor, the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, that was designed to make hospitals care for infants who survived the abortion process, to give them every consideration in terms of trying to help them survive. He reversed that completely. And then, after he did that, he also reversed the requirements. Because, frankly, he was being embarrassed by the fact that there were 5 infants who actually went through this process. It is disgusting, it is vile, and it is a reminder of how radical this Democratic ticket is, and that the media, including ABC News, will run to their defense and sell lies to the American people.
Because why, Ben? They do not want the American people to know this is happening.
They don't want you to know it's happening. They don't pretend it isn't.
All right, Kamala couldn't keep her story straight on fracking last night. Watch this.
My values have not changed. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President, and I have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on foreign oil.
So, Mari, which is it? Does anyone trust her on this?
No, and this is where President Trump was strong. He said she will ban fracking, and that's exactly what he needs to do. You need to define her in these debates. You need to hold her positions from 2019 around her and make her wear them. Make her wear them in 2024. Her flip-flops, her taking them back are meaningless. This is who she is. This is what she will do. And, it's not just that position. It's when she says her values are the same. Remember, she said that ICE, our Border Patrol, are like the KKK. When migrants crossed the Rio Grande, she said cut Border Patrol with them. It reminded her of slavery. She is wrong on everything because her heart is culturally liberal San Francisco. And that's who Donald Trump is running against. And his job is to remind everybody of those stands that she took, because that's who she is. She was protected by 2 bodyguards last night from ABC News. That's why they were there. They were there. They were her agents. They had little things in their ear, too. And so that's no longer really last night, and I always will. But still, Donald Trump has to beat her and beat her on these issues and then go after the press. I do think he could have done more to shine a light on how bad her positions are.
Well, I think it's always easy for us in studios to say, well, I should have done this. This is what I do for a living. I should have done. Why didn't you say? That's always easy to do. But who else has come this close to beating the establishment, actually beat the establishment ever?
He's the debate goat.